Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco, sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
Always loved taking all the charm and the character that's in a century-old home and then making it work for today.
All I needed was a where, and that landed me in the charming town of Creemore. So when this 115-year-old home came on the market, I couldn't resist. I gave myself 6 months to transform this into an idyllic holiday spot. If only we could get to picture perfect in a snap. We hit a wall when we discovered that the existing foundation wasn't to code. We hit the roof, too.
It doesn't cost a whole lot more to go a few feet down.
If you're gonna do anything, you have to do it right. So I worked with Ed's daughter, Ashley, and we've done lots of different versions of the plans. And it's been really fun to watch it evolve. I like the way the windows are looking with the old house. I think it's nice to have that tie-in. I'm a bit concerned that on the second floor with this big roof line to only have skylights.
Absolutely.
So can we look at some other options for that?
Definitely. Okay, so here's a more developed option.
My challenge here is I think that we've got the old and the new, and when they both have this same gable, I feel like we're gonna end up looking at who wore it best, right?
Absolutely.
And the old house is gonna win.
We're going to add in a shed dormer up here.
I feel like this is too contemporary. This does not feel like Main Street in a historic town.
Okay.
So
the exterior, I think it's looking okay.
is that Alex standing on the front porch? This addition feels a bit more craftsman to the house feeling Victorian. So if we can, I don't know, we're getting closer, but
Yeah, let's
good
simplify it.
size.
I think a way we could really simplify this is by going to a common truss. So a pre-engineered truss and then an 8-foot ceiling height on the second floor, because then we can use pre-cut studs, which saves a bit of time on cutting and labor. And that's gonna be really simple for the guys on site to whip on.
Does really simple mean less expensive for me?
Definitely.
Okay, yes, then I like that
Okay.
idea. Wow. I think this is so much better. When I look at this now, it just seems so much calmer. It's way more harmonious. I think it's a better balance between the new and the old. Well done. I'm really happy with this. We can order these window units banked together.
Yeah.
So when it comes to framing, they just leave one big opening and it's
Exactly.
one set of windows that goes in and one set here and one set here and the door and the windows and done.
Keeps the site labor very simple.
I like that because simple site labor translates to simple savings.
We dug deep, in more ways than one, building a new foundation to add a full basement with laundry and a media room. Everything guests look for in a weekend getaway. Now we're gonna start building up. On the second floor of the addition, I'm creating a principal suite. The bedroom has to be enticing, with all the pampered indulgence of a premium hotel suite, and topped off by a view of the barn and trees for instant relaxation. The bathroom needs a double vanity, bathtub, and a roomy shower. In what I originally envisioned as a walk-in closet, I reimagined as an inviting bunk room for which I need to find just the right cozy furniture. Finally, the south-facing roof is a perfect place for the solar panels to help take this house off the grid. To stay on time and on budget, I've got a 3-point plan. Stay within the zoning bylaws so I don't need a pricey planning process, use standard-sized materials to keep costs down, and keep the structure simple so we can save on labor.
This addition is what will transform this house. We started with an 1880s house that has a tiny footprint. By the time we're done, we will have 2,500 square feet of living space.
This old gal looks pretty solid, but when you've been standing for as long as she has, the structure is going to shift. The house is not totally level. Ed, on the other hand, is always on the ball.
We built this wall to length on the floor, but after checking out this old wall, this one over here, for plumb, it's leaning out a lot. So this wall wouldn't have been able to stand up in between the old wall and the far wall. So we had to cut this one short. So now we'll fill this back in with framing.
I'm glad Ed has our back and our side as we make a connection between the old house and the new addition on every floor. In the basement, it's through the original exterior door. On the main floor, the original kitchen door provides the link. But on the second floor, we have to knock a hole from what used to be the bathroom into the new addition. Making this kind of structural change might sound scary, but trust me, it's the key to the radical transformation I'm envisioning for this house. The only way to get the extra room we need is by making a brand new second floor. And this is how we get there from here.
And I can hear voices on the other side of that wall, which means I think it's about to happen.
There's 2 layers of bricks that we have to get through. So today we're gonna cut through the first layer, remove those bricks, and then we're gonna beat the bricks from the inside out.
When push comes to smush, you can count on Alex to lend a hand.
It's not that dusty though, is it?
No, it's actually not dusty at all. I told you it wasn't gonna be dusty.
I'm all nice and clean. And poor Alex started the day clean, and he's on the other side.
He's not finishing the day clean.
No.
You know you're not riding home with me tonight.
Now that the dust is settled, I can take a first look.
It's so exciting.
Gosh. It's that moment. This is a really big moment.
Old house into the new house.
The fact that you're going to be able to come down this hallway and look all the way through. I love that feeling that the view is drawing you in and through the space.
Can we keep this exposed brick?
For sure.
It's very nice. People love that stuff.
AY, look at you. Dusty man. You've done an amazing job. Do not hug me.
Don't touch me. I have.
here.
No, no, no.
Come on.
This is a really expensive coat. It's
Come to
from
me.
London.
Come.
No, please.
All right.
Back to the business of design, I get Tommy to help me nail down the look for the principal bedroom.
We have some options.
All right.
We could go with a patterned wallpaper and have everything in the room super quiet. Like no pattern whatsoever, except this wallpaper, which I think is sort of fun. And I would love to use this because I designed this wallpaper.
I love this paper.
So it would be white bedding,
Right.
a pale gray bed, white linen drapes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one option. Option 2 would be we could do a room in black and white or black and cream. That would be fresh,
Yes.
high contrast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a black and cream rug. One of these could be drapes if we wanted it to be. Then the next option, we do a room that is like navy and white. But again, obviously keeping it really contemporary,
Sure.
not country, not nautical,
Yeah.
just crisp.
I feel like the wallpaper all the way around the room in Quiet feels a little bit like it's not going to challenge us enough.
Is black and white too jazzy for Main Street?
Listen, you know I've slept in rooms that were painted black. So I'm fine with black in the bedroom, but I don't think it's a universal thing. And if this place is going to be needing to appeal to a wider audience,
You'd rather be singing the blues.
I think I'd rather be singing the blues.
If you're using a bold, rich, saturated color, you should let it be the star. This is all about a single, monochromatic, powerful color.
With our design plan finalized, it's back to site business. I'll have to make the most of every moment because there's a fresh hitch I'm adding to this epic project.
We're leaving on a plane in 18 hours to go to Africa. We're on our way to go on safari in Kenya. And I think the timing of this is not awesome, but this trip has been in the works for 2 years. And so there's no going back. This is a trip of a lifetime. We're going with Alex's mom and the kids for her 75th birthday. Hooray!
Life is all about juggling family and work, but you just don't pass up a once-in-a-lifetime moment. I know I'm leaving the house in good hands with Ed and his team. I can't wait to see this whole thing come together.
By the time we're back, the roof will be sheeted. They'll have ice and water shield on it. HVAC rough-ins, electrical rough-ins, and plumbing rough-ins, according to the schedule, will all be done. And some of the windows might even be in.
Awesome. Well, you know what I think we should do?
What?
Get out of here.
Think this is a good idea?
Oh, for sure.
It's too late now if it's not.
We spent 2 years planning a trip to celebrate a milestone family birthday. Now our family's on safari in Kenya, smack in the middle of this major reno.
We're looking for a cheetah.
For 2 weeks, we are off the grid in a whole new way as we take in the trip of a lifetime. While we're building memories my girls will never forget, my trusty GC Ed is keeping the plans for the addition on track and under control. While we're gone, the roof is going on the addition. Going with a standard roof truss package saved us lots of cash. These standard trusses are delivered to site fully assembled, ready to be set in place, and that's saving us almost $3 grand in materials, not to mention all the additional labor costs.
The guys are putting the strapping on the exterior of the new building today, so we're going to prepare for the wood siding. We've stripped all the old material off the existing house down to the roof decking, and we're going to join the new into the old, and then we'll finish sheeting this roof and cover it in.
When you build an addition to a heritage home, you can emphasize the difference between the old and the new, or create a seamless look with the design and materials you use. I chose rough-sawn barn-board siding to clad the exterior of the addition. It's got a contemporary appeal, but it's also got a vintage vibe. And at only $1 a linear foot from our local lumber yard, I'm saving more than $10,000 compared to masonry. The width of the siding matches the boards on the old barn, helping to visually connect the historic and the modern. And painting the addition to match the heritage barn is yet another tip of the hard hat to a bygone era.
So Sarah's currently in Africa right now, and we're left to pick the siding colors here.
Our painter Steve is prepping samples, and it's time to take a look.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Are you seeing blue?
I have blue, total blue.
Okay, try that one. Yeah, I'm seeing too much green. They all seem green or blue to me. I think we have to start over.
I think we have to start over.
With Steve agreeing to diss the green and the blue, this decision on the exterior paint choice will have to wait until I'm back.
I have literally just arrived back from Africa. Alex and I and the kids have been gone for 2 full weeks. I can't wait to see what's happening.
Coming with you.
Following you. I haven't
following
seen
me?
upstairs.
Tour.
Have you been up there yet?
Not in a while. Oh, well, that's an exciting moment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Move out of the way. I want to see this room.
The first stop on this tour is the Bunk Room. Originally a walk-in closet, we're taking in the room's brand new dimensions.
This is a really small room.
I don't think it's that small,
I don't think it's small either. I think it's really
I
cute.
think it's a nice room.
So this room can be an office. You could do bunk beds on one side.
Yes.
Yeah, which would be really fun.
You could do a pair of bunk beds.
Yeah.
You could have a desk.
You could.
So the question is, do we think we need an office?
Why don't we have bunks and a desk?
Yeah.
Bunks and a desk could be pretty cool.
Cool.
Next up, the principal bedroom, which I envisioned as a room with a majestic view. We went with vinyl windows on this project. They're energy efficient and cost effective. I wanted a dramatic floor-to-ceiling lookout, and I thought I found a budget-friendly way of creating one by framing 6 individual windows together, an idea that looked solid on the plan, but in person?
Yeah, it looks nice out there.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you can see out. I can't see anything. The barn is gone.
So?
So the whole idea was that you were going to come and look in and look down and look out this amazing window. You were going to have this wall of glass, and it was basically going to pull you through. And unfortunately, it was a massive 6-inch block right in my face. I hate making mistakes. It's terrible.
I am feeling the pain. All 6 of them.
What am I supposed to do? Like, what's the weather like today?
Well, or you could... Looks pretty good to me.
I'm of average height, so it's not like I'm some odd height where it's hitting my eyes and it's not going to hit everybody else's. 90% of the population will notice how bad this window is.
How did this happen, though? This is obviously 6 windows that have been unified with a frame.
This was my mistake. I made a mistake. I just don't think I can live with this.
I don't think I can live with you living with this. Let's just assume it's nobody's fault, but it's not staying on this house.
I thought things would go smoothly while I took a long-planned family vacation, but
We haven't started the roof. We haven't started putting the siding on the addition.
And there's a problem I can't see my way out of. This is a disaster. With my window in limbo, I'll keep the ball rolling on interiors, starting with a souvenir I picked up on my trip to Kenya that will be perfect in our indigo bedroom.
That is beautiful.
When you're decorating a rental home, you want statement pieces that are durable. This checks both those boxes.
I'd like to maintain as much of it as possible. So we could do a couple things. For a room that's getting a queen-size bed, it could just be the headboard. Or we could hang it on the wall.
I was going
as
to
a wall
say,
hanging.
I would do another thing. I would put it in a great big frame and use it as art. Like this could be the art on the wall.
So what you're doing is taking a little splurge on a piece of fabric, because this
Yeah.
was about $150 for this piece, and then you're making it...
A $1,200 framing job.
Yeah.
But think about it this way. If you bought an oil painting, you're looking at probably like $2,000, $3,000 for a piece this big, that's handmade, that's this beautiful. So you're still saving a bit of money. It's
pretty cool, right?
Sensational.
Now I need to work the same kind of magic on the bunk room.
We often start with a fabric, and it acts as our jumping off point and takes us in a direction that tells us what the character of the room will be. The goal is to make every decision budget conscious, but this room is so tiny, and I think this fabric could end up looking like artwork. So even though it's expensive, I feel like I'm gonna splurge on it, because I only need 3 yards to do a Roman blind and a headboard if I use the fabric really carefully. And it's just so beautiful, I think it'll give the room the impact it needs.
With our fabrics chosen for the bedroom and the bunk room, I want to give the ensuite bathroom a wow factor without the ow factor on my budget. On our trip, I stayed in a room that had shutters between the bathroom and the bedroom. I'd like to create something similar, adding an unexpected touch for my rental guests.
So in one of the lodges we stayed at in Africa, we had the vanity, and then above it, look, it's got
that goes through the bedroom.
slatted screen that looks through to the bedroom.
I love that.
It's like a simple slatted screen, so that if you wanted the natural light streaming in from the bedroom, you could open, is it a pair of shutters? Is it an antique panel?
So we just need to find the right thing.
This store sells all kinds of architectural salvage, from doors to windows and everything in between. Their stock is constantly changing, so I never know what I'll find. Fingers crossed they have the perfect shutters.
Cost is a factor. I like the texture of this Egyptian panel, but I think it's too rough.
Look,
Oh, then there's these.
$150 for a pair of those.
These have a nice closing mechanism, too.
And are we going to consider louvers?
Those seem in rough shape, and there's too much peekaboo.
I don't mind a little peekaboo.
We still need to find a couple of chairs to place at the foot of the bed in the principal bedroom. The basement of my office is stuffed with lots of eclectic pieces that I already own. So I'm going to shop my closet. Fun for me, but I'll admit, it's not for everyone.
I try to avoid this room at all costs because it scares me half to death.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Well, I forgot we ordered these.
Are you talking about the white chair?
Yeah.
Take that out. Yep, reverse. Oh, there was an ashtray close to this chair at some point in its history.
This was a smoking chair.
Okay, but you know what? I think the smoking aspect of things is maybe good news because it has some yellowing on the frame.
Yeah.
But with a really good clean, maybe that would come off and we don't have to refinish the frame. We could just reupholster. Well, what did you pay for these?
$3.75 the pair. But you're totally right. Like, this finish is perfect, other than the fact it's brown. Oh!
That's crazy.
It's white.
That's crazy. And what color would you have sprayed it, Sarah Richardson?
Oh, shut up, Tommy Smythe. We have painting happening, counter templating happening in the bathroom. The electricians are here. We've got HVAC going on. So this is a day that I like. I like it when I come to site and there are at least 5 different trades doing different things. That makes me really happy.
The second floor addition has been framed in, and this is my last chance to make any changes on the cheap. So many of my ideas come to me when I stand in the space.
Of course, I see the light, and I think the light is really cool.
And inspiration has struck in the principal bedroom.
So my question is, what if you did this? Take the drywall and mount it so it's tight so that we get this peak. And I know you can't cut these, but you could clad them with something.
My idea is to frame in the peak of the roof to create a vaulted ceiling. It will really take this room to the next level without spending any more on drywall or labor.
Have you done this before?
We have done it.
You've done it.
Yeah, we've actually insulated the roof deck
Yeah.
and painted all these.
I love it when she plays heavy effort. You know what Ed's playing?
Ed's playing what?
Ed's playing Yes, I Have.
Yes, I have.
Can't wait till that's a yes, we did. Ed and I are exploring how my tropical shutter concept could work in the principal bath.
I'm wondering, could we take these shutters and could we frame them in here, but we would also install a piece of laminated glass so that you would have noise privacy, but you could open them up and let the light come in.
That's cool.
Of course, we don't have a roof or the right window or drywall or anything, but the good news is we have the decorative finishing detail.
Next up is finalizing the color choice for our siding. The only way to do it is to see the painted samples in their natural habitat.
Colors always look different on sunny days, on cloudy days, and on
snowy
sunny,
days.
cloudy, snowy days.
Yeah.
I don't want a color that's too green. I would prefer it was gray and more kind of barny looking. What we're trying to get is a color that's different enough from the windows that we can
Check.
see the difference. That works with the barn
Check.
and that looks nice with the brick.
Okay. Then let's go with this one.
Okay.
We set up a paint shop in the barn at our farm. That's where all the exterior siding is being painted, even when it's snowy and wet out.
It's like Santa's workshop in here, you guys. So are these all done?
Yes.
So one coat on front, back, and sides?
Yes. All 4 sides.
And then the final coat goes on when they're...
When they're up.
Painting these boards on all 4 sides before installation will prevent the lumber from warping and cupping, so they'll last longer and look better. Outside's working. Inside is a work in progress. In the principal bedroom, I had an idea to make a show-stopping floor-to-ceiling window on the cheap by stitching together 6 smaller windows. It worked on paper, but in real life, all that got stopped was the view.
The window's a mistake, and I can't live with it, but the manufacturer won't take it back. It's a custom window, and custom windows can never be returned, so I'm stuck with it.
Mistakes will happen in every reno, but that doesn't mean you have to live with them. Find a fix. I ordered a pair of single-hung windows, and that means I'm over budget on materials, but the cost of reframing is only a few hours' work and some 2x4s. On the bright side, these windows will let in lots of light to go with that view of the barn I've been dreaming of, and that's a compromise I can live with. The clock is ticking down to the summer rental season, and we still have tons of work to do before the new principal bedroom, ensuite bathroom, and bunk room in our addition are finished. Fingers crossed, spring is here to stay. We have to install a new roof on the whole house, but my Minister of Exteriors has a new solar product that's going to save us some money.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Check this out.
What is that?
This is a new product. We're going to have 8 solar panels, so they have 8 of these, and they all connect together with these handy-dandy little things on the sides. And you screw them down, and the solar panel sits right here. Ta-da! And voila, you have your racking. So no more sliding panels and all that kind of stuff. And the best part is, it actually acts as the roof, so you save on the roofing, because you don't need to actually roof underneath these. So it's cost savings, time savings, and it's kind of cool.
This is fabulous.
This combo of roof racking and solar panels is costing around $20,000. It's an investment, but once it's installed, we'll be able to replace or supplement the municipal power supply. Over time, the system will pay for itself. And on days when there's bad weather and the power's out, our rental guests will be extra glad we installed it.
So what we're doing is something that allows you to really reduce your carbon footprint, but more importantly, it's going to really reduce the impact it has on your wallet.
Today, we're installing the power center and battery in the basement utility room. And up top, the roof rack that will hold our solar panels is going on. While that's being installed, Tommy and I check on our siding.
I hope you like the color, Tommy.
I love the color. I just don't understand why there's parts that aren't painted.
Yeah.
This is white pine, and it does have a lot of knots that will bleed in it. These are really sappy, and they will bleed.
So that's going to leave you with sap oozing down the outside of the building? I don't want that.
We just mark the bad ones out, and then we'll just cut that out.
This is so smart. You plan out where the waste is going to be.
We need lots of short stuff. We need lots of narrow strips for battens, so we can go around all that.
You're doing a great job. Why don't you just keep on doing it?
I'm going to keep on doing a good job.
If I'd gone with a brick exterior, I would have been spending more than double in materials and labor. The board and batten siding will go up in no time, and it'll look great. No need to knock on wood here. It's a win-win. Back in the city, I need to finalize design plans for the principal bathroom. The bedroom will have a bold indigo and white scheme. So I want the bathroom to have a complementary but quieter color palette to give it the feeling of a lush retreat for my guests. My daughters, Robin and Fiona, are here to bust a move.
This is right now, our kitchen is a place of business.
But what I need is their help.
Because we're going to design the bathroom. This is very important. This is the principal bathroom.
I love using lots of different tile to create ornate designs. And this time, I'm doing it on a budget. My one splurge, this graphic cement tile.
Look at this.
They all connect.
So you put them together in many different ways.
Oh, chevron. Oh, I like that actually.
Do you think it looks cool and modern?
Yeah.
So then we have to think about what's going to go in the shower.
By pairing these graphic tiles with less expensive ceramic, I can create the look I want without breaking the bank. Now, let's hear what my color consultants think.
We have to kind of steer her away from all the white colors. Well, you could do blue.
You think we go blue? Or we could do white?
Oh, no, blue, definitely.
Or is gray better with white gray?
I do the blue because who doesn't like blue?
Maybe it's all gray?
Yeah, I would choose the blue.
I still can't decide if it should be blue or gray, though.
It's blue.
You think that's good? You think our work here is done? And then I thought, should I maybe just ask Tommy what he thinks?
Sarah, it's the blue.
Is it the blue?
Yeah, it is.
It is the blue?
Yeah, it is.
It's this and the blue?
Yeah,
okay.
It's the blue.
They both chose the exact same thing. So that makes me think that the scheme I chose is literally foolproof, bulletproof, and ready to go. The base price of this vanity for the cabinetry will be about half the price using in-stock cabinetry than it would be for anything else I can find.
That would be custom, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or available, like from a big box store.
Okay.
Then the next piece of good news is our stone fabricator has a remnant piece of this super white that we can get at a really good deal.
Love it.
So enough that we could do
With this.
with
like
this.
these
Like,
together.
look at how the two of them together look.
Yeah, they're so good. What's nice about this, when I look at the pattern that's on these tiles, it's so in keeping with so many other things that we're doing in the house, in the sense that this is a classic, like, French ticking stripe. This is like beach chairs in the south of France.
Yep.
So it has a really traditional, you know, your mind recognizes the trad element, but it's super contemporary and modern. Okay, this is so different looking. You left the space. That's amazing. Oh, wow, you did the same thing in here. Great.
I'm glad you think that I've aced the ceiling because I might have a bit of a closet conundrum. Remember, we started out that we would have a matching pair of closets here
Right?
and here, and a wall-hung set of drawers that connects in between.
Okay.
You love that plan, right?
I do love that plan.
You can't love that plan because you know what I found out? This wall and this wall are not the same size. May look like they're close to the same size, but they're not actually the same size.
How did that happen?
I redesigned the exterior elevation, as you may recall, and these windows are equally spaced from the exterior.
Oh,
But they're
but on
not.
the interior they're not because you build
Centered.
in on the inside.
Time wasn't on my side and I missed that detail.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm not gonna let you shoulder the burden of that yourself. My role in this relationship is to, like, be the second set of eyes, and I missed it.
It's all your fault. Can I blame you?
I think that's only fair.
There's a couple of options.
Okay,
Closet here and a closet here.
I think that that plan will disguise the fact that we up that window placement.
Right. In the end, we're gonna overcome all of the challenges and she's gonna be gorgeous.
Oh yeah. I'm 100% confident.
The bathroom tile has arrived, but how it should go together is another puzzle to solve.
This weirdly is reading more traditional.
I don't want it as a zigzag though.
And solve.
Can I get one of these?
And solve.
It's linear. And it's not straight, which I think is fun. I'm not straight, you think I'm fun.
You are.
This feels a little bit like classic foyer.
A snazzy stripe.
It's like choose your own adventure, but for the floor.
This is not something you decide without Chardonnay.
This is a ziggy square.
This is zigzag,
And square.
a row of square.
Yeah.
A zigzag, a row of square. Now it's time for Chardonnay.
I'm creating a serene, ensuite bath where my rental guests can relax after a day on the slopes.
Oh, that looks good.
But before there's any relaxation in here, there's a lot of action.
Sometimes the trickiest rooms are the smallest ones because you don't have the luxury of space and you're trying to think about how do I make this room have character?
And that's the challenge in the bunk room.
Hello, you found me. I've been hiding in here trying to figure out what's going on here.
Isn't it just such a nice, quiet room? This room is sort of like, I wouldn't call it an afterthought, but it's more of a bonus than anything else.
Bonus is a good way of putting it.
This is just over 7 feet wide by about 13.5 feet long. I love the brick wall. So I feel that we need a desk here.
Kids think bunk beds are amazing. Adults, not so much. So I'm thinking that if this is a rental and we want to appeal to the greatest number of people possible, a double bed allows me to potentially sleep 2 adults, whereas bunk beds might be more limiting.
And we build a bookshelf on the end.
Oh, just like a skinny storage thing. Yes.
And then this could be dressed, it could be a day bed or an actual bed.
A simple grid, basic design, nothing too fancy.
No.
And they can knock it together with available lumber, and then we're just done. Everything is starting to look cleaned up and nice.
Yeah.
Did you decide to paint these dark?
Oh, no. I like to harvest what's free on site and see what we can do with it. We had leftover pieces from our whole exterior siding, so they're just uniformly dark for now, and then they can be whitewashed.
Is it weird to say that I don't mind them dark?
Light or dark, flip a coin.
Okay, what's it gonna be? I say heads dark. I really want it to be white now. I changed my mind like while we were doing this. Tails!
Yay!
It's white.
It's white.
With luck on our side, Tommy and I check on progress in the bathroom.
Hey, this looks really good. The backsplash looks amazing.
Right.
These offset faucets, like on the angle, look incredible. The sinks actually look really good installed.
You know, we need to finish.
The problem is, you look at this room and you're like, all we need to do to finish is install the toilet, install the tub, install the glass, install the shutters, install the sconces, install the drawers, install the shutters, and you're like, then you start realizing there's like a lot left to do in here.
With the bed configuration decided, a whole team descends to sand, paint, and get this room ready for furniture. We finally have a fix for my window fiasco. I ordered a pair of windows that are large enough to give me the view I was hoping for.
Now that that window's gone in, I am so excited about what it could become.
While I'm on site away from the city, it's hard to source other items to finish these rooms. So one of my design assistants, Ashley, hit up vintage and consignment furniture stores in the city. The brief was to look for mid-century teak with simple lines and great hardware. The trick is that we only have limited space to clear the built-in wardrobes on either side, and it has to fit beneath the window. So that narrows the options. Let's see how she did.
Our bed is coming in a nice deep blue, and I think we need to anchor all this whiteness on the end of the room, which is all white closets. I think the dresser should be navy as well.
Buying and upcycling secondhand furniture is a great way to save money and add vintage charm to your design.
That's cool.
But as soon as I solve one window problem, I've got another. My simple shutter concept just isn't measuring up.
So in order to keep the shutters, we have to move to a bedside table that is no more than 24 inches high.
If we give ourselves these so tight parameters in terms of what that night table needs to be, are we giving ourselves like an impossible shopping assignment that is going to break our spirit?
I think it's doable. So I am game to go on a search and see what I can find, and I shall report back.
And listen, let's give ourselves a time limit on that. Let's spend like a few days looking online, a couple of days out in the field.
A few days, give me a couple minutes.
Okay, well, I'm
I'll
just
report
saying,
back.
I don't want to make this a life's work.
Oh, Tommy of little faith, I'm happy to prove you wrong.
Overall height, I'm gonna say a minimum of 19 inches and a maximum of 25. Show me modern and contemporary. Ta-da. That's nice. Ooh, that could go with our beam treatment. Okay.
This is the day we'll finally get to see how our plans have come together for the principal bedroom, bath, and bunk room. We sent the shutters for the peekaboo window off to be painted, and they're ready to install. Everyone is pitching in to get this job complete before tourist season. Well, almost everyone. It's a tight squeeze getting the last of the furniture into the bunk room.
Oh, Tommy and I are stuck in a doorway. Two of us aren't gonna fit here, Tommy.
Look at that, like a glove. Now don't hit the door on the way through.
Oh, that was really funny. That's a nice moment. That's a moment.
Sort of like cutting a ribbon. Yeah. Sarah, run through this, will you?
It's the finish line. Come on, you can do it.
Woo! Yeah.
My framed fabric from Kenya arrived.
This is actually plexiglass, not glass, because the original price to frame this was going to be about $2,000. We had to find a workaround to make this as inexpensive as possible because the panel was $130. Wow. And I didn't think it really warranted spending, 18 times the amount on the framing job. Lift it up.
Set it on there.
Yep. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Can you just hold it for a sec while I look at it? I'm struggling with the reflection because I find it super distracting.
This is a good lesson. Sometimes you have great ideas that just don't work out as planned.
And maybe what we need to do is go back and put it in one of the other locations that I considered.
But don't give up. Keep trying, because if you love it, you'll find a space where it works. So for now, it's move on out to my framed fabric. At least my shutters are a triumph.
Look, it clears the table.
It does clear the table by a hair. Like, you can't even put felts on this furniture.
I'm gonna give this a test. You ready? See anything out here?
No.
Really?
No, I can't see anything. I want to see if a pressed ham actually works. You know what? You still can't see any detail.
Hey, why? Put your clothes on.
Needless to say, I'm over the moon. The top floor of the addition is finally complete. Time to take in the bunk room, ensuite bath, and principal bedroom.
Come see. Come see, come ça.
Oh, wow, that looked great.
Is it weird to say I've always loved that hall? I like the white. I like the crispness.
Yes, me too.
This bunk room gives us a fourth bedroom, which will appeal to our guests.
This room is so little. This room is 7'3". This room is 87 inches by 13 feet.
Yeah.
And look what it has in it now.
It has everything you could possibly want in a small scale bedroom, plus it also functions as a home office. I love that about this room. I think it functions in so many different ways.
Designing for a small space has lots of challenges, but with careful planning, you can make the most of the available area.
This is a double bed that now functions like a big, deep, loungy daybed sofa. We've used these little wall cabinets, which were left over from the laundry room.
Waste not, want not.
The bookshelf. Did I tell you how much that bookshelf cost to make?
No.
7 spruce 2x12s, which I think he said cost $10 each. And then the accent color on the back is just paint.
My favorite thing in here is the fabric that you chose.
This is a brand new fabric. I always think of green as being such a beautiful tempering foil to orange. And so
It's a beautiful compliment.
it's a good little room.
Literally, it's incredible.
The principal bathroom is so calm and serene.
This isn't a big bathroom, but it does have all the amenities you'd want. It's jam-packed with amenities.
It really is kind of a universal, foolproof bathroom scheme.
You've got your soaker tub, double sinks, an ample shower. You've got nice floor space. This is a good layout. This was such a collaborative design.
Everybody had a hand in this, in baking this cake.
Including my kids. I showed them
these two palettes, and Robin just said, Mom, it's the blue.
Yeah,
And
she's not wrong.
she's not wrong.
These tiles were the single biggest splurge in the room, but they were easy to install, so we didn't spend a lot on labor to make a big impact. Our framed fabric is now making a stunning statement in the hall.
Like, you and I have always subscribed to the buy what you love,
Yeah.
and it will find a home.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, in the moment that I was buying that textile, I didn't know where it was going. I just knew it was going. It was going somewhere in my world, and I needed to have it. What's really nice is it now leads you into the bedroom. The whole thing about this room is it grew from a sight line.
It's really designed around that view toward the window. And then the window came, and it was the wrong window.
Oh my gosh.
And may I remind you, you were very upset about that.
Well, it was a faux pas. It was a stumble, a $2,500 mistake.
Right, but
Which I'm not super proud of, but in this case, all's well that ends well. You are surrounded by green and light with this backdrop of the barn. It does sort of feel like you're in a treehouse. Let's think about this journey, because when it started on paper, it was a box, and it didn't really have any architectural features. I always say it's worth being in a room at the framing stage so that you can have that first chance to feel the space and imagine whether there's anything else you could do to elevate it. I'm so happy with how this ceiling treatment turned out, because it was a small spend to yield a way better end result.
now that it's finished, this is all about color to me. Like, it feels like denim.
Right. Contemporary country is blue jeans in all shades, from light to indigo. You can't really go wrong.
No, it's classic.
On this wall, we had the challenge of our window being unevenly spaced. Adding a dresser under the window draws your eye there and makes the wall feel symmetrical. Adding prefab closets on either side means there's lots of room for a guest to unpack and feel at home.
We have seating, we have a king-size bed. Like, this is a lot.
And great storage.
I know.
I think the size of the addition we landed on is so close to what could be done across the country for people living in a smallish house looking to gain more space.
And Alex is just as excited about the inside as he is about the outside.
Top drawer, top floor. I love it up here. And the best part about it is the roof, because you've got a perfect south-facing pitch for the solar panels at the right angle, just soaking up the sun.
Oh, I think I've got just the right shot for when this vacation rental is ready for listing.
What are you waiting for?